In this video, we'll create a brand new podcast from scratch, naming it, touring the podcast overview, and filling in the core podcast information a directory needs. We'll begin right here on the WordPress dashboard. In the left-hand admin menu, click the Self-Hosted Podcasting item to open the plugin. This is the Manage Podcasts screen, where every show you publish lives. To start a new one, click the Create New Podcast button. A short dialog opens for the basics. Give your podcast a name. This is the title listeners will see in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and every other app, and the feed address is generated from it automatically. When the name looks right, click the Add New Podcast button. Self-hosted podcasting sets up the feed for you in just a moment. There's the new show in your library. Click its card to open it and start managing the podcast. This is the podcast overview. Up top, Essential Links gives you the RSS feed URL you submit to directories, plus a web preview of the show. Next to it, Directory Readiness tracks every field the directories require, so at a glance you always know what's still missing before you can submit your feed. And these quick navigation links jump you straight to each part of the podcast. Let's open the first one. Click Podcast Information. The podcast information screen is organized into 3 parts. Essential info holds the fields directories require. Recommended info adds optional details that improve your listing, and advanced options at the bottom covers rarely needed settings. Let's fill in the essential info. The podcast name is already filled in from when we created the show, so we'll leave it. Just below it, add a description that tells people what your show is about. This becomes your feed summary. Now the podcast cover art. Click Choose from Media Library and pick a square image. Directories want cover art between 1400 and 3000 pixels. The podcast website and language are already filled in for you. The website defaults to your site address and the language to your site's locale. Change either one if you need to. Otherwise, you can leave them as they are. 2 essential fields remain. Choose a primary category so podcast apps classify your show correctly, and enter the author credited as the show's creator. That's every required field done. You can also fill in the recommended info below whenever you like, but it isn't required to publish. Click Update Podcast to save, and your podcast information is ready. Thanks for watching.